Okay. So let's have a quick recap what we have discussed in the last session. In the last session, we have discussed about how we can create our Azure account and how we can create our Linux machine with the help of SSH. In today's session also, we will learn about how we can create a Linux machine, but this time we are going to discuss about with the help of password option. But before starting of this password option, if anyone have any question, whatever we have discussed till now, you can please raise your hand. Yes, Nareen.
Like yesterday, when we were creating the virtual machine, I mean the Linux one, through that we created one. Like, what if have like multiple VMs to be created in one shot?
We are using an option called auto scaling option.
I mean, like, are we going to deal with these things in future? I mean, in classes.
It is auto scaling is not part of DevOps training. It is part of Azure admin.
Azure. Okay.
It is possible, but it is in Azure.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Because to learn about those things, Nareen, you need to first know the option of load balancer also. And all those things coming under admin one, load balancer, auto scaling, those coming.
And even I guess yesterday the steps which we skipped, like networking and other tabs while creating the VM.
All are coming under admin.
Admin. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Naveen.
Hello, sir. This is Naveen here. I am from the US. I have attended Sunil sir's AWS and AWS DevOps training. I'm attending his Python training right now. And
Okay.
I wanted to study Azure also. So, sir, in regarding to this one, Azure VMs, can they be created using command line also, or we have to do
Yes,
it
it is
through
possible.
GUI? Okay.
CLI also you can do even by using PowerShell also you can do.
Okay. Okay. You will cover that, sir?
It is not part of DevOps training. It is part of Azure admin training.
Sir,
this is DevOps training.
Yeah, that is my second question. What is the difference between admin, Azure admin and no, Azure DevOps person?
Services.
They cover different services and we cover different services.
In Azure admin, it's a different service. Like you said that you have already learned AWS and AWS DevOps.
Correct.
In AWS, you have learned about EC2 machine, you have learned about load balancer, you have learned about Route 53, you have learned about RDS. But are the same thing did you learn in DevOps also? No. You have learned different tools.
Okay. So they support different set of tools and DevOps guys support different set of tools.
But yes, in market, one person needs to know both the things.
Okay, we should know everything. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions?
I'm good, sir.
Anyone have any more questions? Okay. Look like no one has any more questions. So we'll start with our today's topic, where we are going to discuss about Linux VM creation with the password option. We already know to create a virtual machine, the prerequisite is resource group. Without resource group, it is impossible to create a virtual machine in Azure, because when we are creating virtual machine, what is the first step? We need to select a resource. And I don't have an existing resource group because in previous session, what we have done after our practice, we have deleted all those things, whichever we have. So here I'm going to first again create one more resource. And resource group name can be any name. You can give any name to that. I'm giving the name as group-1. Region, Central India, review plus create, click on. Same way the previous session we have created a source group. Same way here also we have created our resource. Now, Next thing, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to create a virtual machine. VM hyphen. This is the name I'm giving. Now, resource group. Now, when I select resource group, automatically system is selecting a region, and here I'm giving the name. Scroll down. Image by default system is picking here Ubuntu Server 20.04 LTS version. We are getting it other versions. So while practice, if you want to select any other version, you can select those. Scroll down. Here I'm giving a size. In previous session, we have discussed to create any virtual machine, or whenever we are purchasing any computer, we are always seeing these four things: CPU, RAM, hard disk, and operating system. Operating system we have already selected as Linux based operating system. CPU and RAM, here we are getting it because we are selecting a size called B1S. And in B1S, we have discussed it. This one is coming under your free tier. And under this, how much CPU we are getting? 1. How much RAM we are getting it? So just for your training purpose, just for your practice purpose, this is sufficient. You can go with the size called B1S. Scroll. In previous session, here we have used SSH public key. But this time we are not going to use SSH public key. This time we are going to use an option called password option. So here I'm going to go with the password option. I'm giving a username. This is the username which we have used in previous session. I'm going to use the same username. Azure user. You can give any username, whatever the username you want to give. Even you can give your username also. But yes, if you might be remember, I told you in previous session, there are some reserved words. They have reserved. We can't use those username. And one of the word is called as admin. We can't use admin word. You can see here, error message here. So like this, we have a full list of few words of 15 to 20 words. We can have, we can't use those. So I'm using password. Here we have some rules we need to follow for our password. What are the rules we need to follow? These are the rules we need to follow for our password. Now, out of these 4 things, you need to give at least 3 things. Means so, 1 lowercase, 1 uppercase, 1 number, or 1 character. Out of these 4 things, you need to at least 3 things you need to use when you are giving your password, and your password must be minimum 12 and maximum 123 characters long. It is mandatory. Now, so here I'm giving the password. Let me type the password here. I'm giving the password as Azure password@123. I'm using small letters. I'm using symbol also. I'm using numbers. If you want to use all 4, you can use all 4 also. After giving the password, what is the next thing is we need to enable a port number. Which port number is enabled? 22. In previous session, we have discussed it. To connect to our Linux machine, it is mandatory to enable a port number called 22, and that is SSH port number. Same way, if you want to connect Windows machine, which port we need to enable? RDP. The RDP port number is 333. By default, they are enabling. They are given they based on their technology, they are automatically enabled. We don't need to enable manually. It is automatically enabled. But yes, other than that SSH port, if you want to enable any port number, that we need to done it manually. So how to done those things we'll discuss in upcoming session when we are learning some more things. So just a quick recap. We have selected a resource group. We have given the name. We have given the region. We have select our image, means operating system. We have select our size, where we are getting 1 CPU, 1 GB of RAM. And with authentication type, we have users password option. And here we have given our username and password. And our SSH port is unknown. So we are doing the same thing which we have done in our previous session, only except one thing. We have changed SSH key to password. Other than that, everything is exact same as previous session. Now click on next. Disk. How much size we are getting here? 30 GB. 30 GB we are getting as default set, means hard disk size is 30 GB. And as per AWS, they are giving us free quota for Linux one is 64 GB till we are getting. If you want to increase the size of this hard disk, or if you want to attach additional hard disk, it is possible, you can attach those also. Now, other than that, we don't need to work on any of the tabs. So I'm directly click on review plus create. So here system is validating our data. Again, it is giving, so just let me go back and do it again. Validation is getting filled because sometimes if you are doing little faster, that time it is validation getting filled. Now validation is fast. Now I can click on so we have created our virtual machine. With virtual machine system, it's also creating some more things also here. So that is why it is taking some time to create our virtual machine. Now our virtual machine is, let's come to. So our virtual machine is ready. Now next. In previous session also, after creation of our virtual machine, what we have done, we have connected to our same way here also. After creation of our machine, what we need to connect to our machine. And to connect to our machine, we need to note down some details. Now, what we need to note down? We need to note down the public IP of our machine. How we can note down the public IP? You just need to click on the name of the machine. When you click on the name of the machine, automatically you will get the public IP. Let me show you here. So now I'll show you here. See, I'll go to virtual machine. So if I scroll on right side, here I can see the public IP of the machine. With this public IP also I can connect to my machine. Here also I can see public IP, or click on the name of the machine. Here also the public IP. So you can note down from there, or here also you can note down. Let me note down the public. Now we need to connect. To connect our machine, we need to follow this particular process. Give your public IP. your username, and open Git. In previous session, we have installed Git. Now here you can open Git from anywhere. Git bash you need to open, you can open from anywhere from the same folder which you have saved your key or anywhere, because here we are not using key, we are using password option. So copy this one, paste here, enter. Do you want to continue? Type as yes, enter. It is asking for password. What is our password? So I'm copying and paste my password. Enter. And you can see here, we are able to connect to our. In previous session, we have connected to our machine with the help of SSH key, and in today's session, we have connected to our machine with the help of password option. So this is what we have all about how we can create a Linux machine with the help of password. Any question anyone has, you can please raise your hand. Any question anyone have? First question. Yes, Arshad. Arshad, you have raised your hand to ask your question. You need to unmute yourself.
Yes, Ankit, actually in organization, so which practice they will follow? So they will go with SSH key or they will use password?
Mostly you are using SSH key because SSH are more secure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Nagavamsi.
So the SSH is more secured, then what is the purpose of
Yes.
using the password?
We have both the option, Naga. So we need to
So-
know both the options. Azure is providing us both the options. So we have discussed both the options. But
Okay.
yes, SSH are more secure.
Okay. And
But
one more thing.
might be your client want to use password option. So they can use password option also.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And one more
Yes.
thing. So after deploying the VM, so I get a pop-up like it's not ready yet. Even though it's the VM creation is got completed, even you got the same error message in a with the yellow background.
Here in the above we are getting for few
Yes.
seconds.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
system is at the time system is running. System is not yet completely created. That's why we are getting.
Okay.
So that is just for few minutes we are getting it. And even if you open your machine again, that pop-up is going to remove after a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep.
Yes, Matthew.
Hello, Ankit.
Hi, Matthew.
Can you tell me again how you were able to copy the SSH provision that were given onto you when you wanted to connect, and how you were able to open your Git bash?
Here I'm just right click and Git bash here in Windows machine we are able to open. I can do it right click from anywhere. It's not mandatory from the folder for password.
Okay.
Here
Okay.
also I'm getting it. For password, you can open Git bash from any of the location. But if you are using SSH key, the PEM file, it is mandatory
PEM
to
file,
open
okay.
it from the same location where your PEM file is there. It means your location of your Git always needs to be that particular same location. Okay, for PEM file, it is mandatory.
Okay, I got that aspect, but I also understand that you copied your public address
Correct.
IP into that, but I also noticed that the IP public address has been attached to the SSH provision that you copy to.
This IP address is assigned to my virtual machine.
I know,
Here is
but
the
when you click on connect, from the sample that you have there, your public address IP attached to it too. And I don't know why you remove it again and also put that same number.
I'm not able to understand what you're trying to say, Matthew, here.
Well, can you please go to connect? Just go to connect.
Where should I click now? SSH.
Okay, because now you see that your public address has been attached to it.
So here also I'm getting it. The same thing I'm doing it here also. See.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Here is it.
Okay.
The public IP, add username at the public IP.
Okay. All right.
They are giving us the option of key option. But here we are not using key option, so that is why I've given my own command.
Your own. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay. So if you are using a key option, then you can follow this particular process.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So here we have discussed about how we can create a Linux machine with the help of fast production. So now let's move forward and check what is the next thing. Now we are going to discuss few of the Linux commands. Now, we all know what is Linux. Linux is an open source operating system we have in market, like we have Windows operating system. Same way we have Linux based operating system also in market. And here are the few examples of Linux based operating system. There are multiple. We have even Oracle Linux also. We have Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu, Debian. There are multiple. I have mentioned these three here. And here what we are going to do is we are going to learn about those Linux commands. And for Linux commands, what I can do is I can use the same Linux machine, the Linux machine we have here. So in the same one, I'm going to show you how we can connect to our machine. Sorry, we have already how to create our Linux commands and how we can run our Linux commands here. The first Linux command here I'm going to show you is how we can create a file in Linux machine. In Linux machine, there are multiple ways to create a file. But the one way which I'm going to show you here is the cat command. Cat space symbol space file name you need to. Whatever the file name you want to create, just mention your file name. And I'm giving the file name as that. When I enter, it is asking me to type the content in the file. So here what we need to do, we need to enter the content. Let's say I'll just give here as welcome to Azure Devops training. And here I'll just give as today's date. Today is 03 March 2023. And let's say I'll just give as thank you. So whatever the content I need to give here, I have given that particular content here. And then press enter. I don't need to enter any more content. I need to exit the file. With cat command, if you are creating a file, if you want to exit the file, you need to press Ctrl D. When I press Ctrl D, here I'm getting my again cursor. It is showing me my username @ my machine. Now my file is ready. Is there any proof that we have our file get ready? Yes, we have one option. With the help of this one, we can see proof also. We have a command called ls. ls is the command which helps us to show the files. Here is my file, the file we have created. In Windows machine, what we are doing it, we are just going to the particular folder and here we are able to see. But in Linux one, we need to run one command called ls command to see the files in that particular folder. Or wherever the location you want to check, we can use the ls command. Now, moving forward to our next one. If you want to clear your screen, right now we have a lot of things showing here. If I want to clear the screen, just use a command called clear. See, whatever we have typed, everything is removed, clearing the screen of our terminal. Next thing. Next thing is I'm going to show you how can I read the file. If I want to read the file, means under this file, whatever the content I have given it, if I want to read, again, I can use cat command. So just cat space file name. To create a file, we need to give one symbol here, but just to read a file, no symbol. Cat file. And here I am able to read the content which we have. Welcome to Azure Devops training, 3rd of March 2023, and next thing. Next thing is I'm going to remove a file. Remove means deleting a file. To delete a command, delete a file, you are going to use rm. Rm space file. Let's check ls. See, it is not showing any file to us because the file which we have created, we have deleted that particular file. So here I have shown you how we can create files. Now I'm going to show you how we can create folders. In Windows machine, we are calling it folder, but in Linux, those are called as directory. So now I'm going to show you how to create a directory. But before that, any question anyone have, you can please let me know. Yes, Praveen.
Yeah, hi, Ankit. So
Hi.
you have used a cat command to create a file, right? So you have written some
Correct.
2 or 3 lines of text what is required. So
Correct.
how did you came out from that editor? From
By
that
pressing Control D.
control D. Okay.
Here is it. You mentioned by pressing Control D, you are coming out of the file.
Okay, Ankit. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Naren.
Unlike Windows, like we created that file using the cat command, we have a path there. Unlike in Windows, in Linux, do we have any path?
We can, if you want to define, we can define path also. By the
Oh.
help of CD command, you can directly move to the path also. Change directory, that is called as. Directly you can move to this path.
Okay. So we have to get
I'll
into that
show-
path and then create.
I'll show you how to move to that particular path also in upcoming session.
Okay, sure.
Now I'm going to show you how to create a directory. Directory means folder. And to create a directory, we are using a command called mkdir, make directory. I'm giving the directory name as training. ls. Here is my directory. The directory which we have. Now I'm going to use one command called pwd. What pwd is doing? Pwd is showing the current location of my cursor. Where my cursor is there, it is showing that particular current location. Like if you see here I can see in the above, the current location, it's C users Ankit desktop batch 122. This is my current location. Same way with the help of PWD, it is showing me my current location, home, Azure. And we are using a command called PWD. Anyone knows the full form of PWD, you can confirm me in the chat box. Chat box is enabled for all. Anyone knows the full form? Correct. I got the correct answer. The correct answer is present working directory. So the full form is present working directory. Now I'm going to show you the change directory. Change directory means I want to move to that folder. Like in Windows machine, if I want to go to that folder, what we are doing, we are double clicking on that and we are into that folder. But in Linux, if I want to move to that particular folder, we need to use some command called cd command. CD stands for change directory. CD space that particular folder. Now I am in that particular directory. I'll use again PWD. See, home, your user. Earlier it is showing me home, but now it is showing me just particular. Now, I'll show you, we'll discuss one more thing. The color. Don't go on colors, guys. Right now might be the terminal which I'm using. In this, it is showing in blue color because of the directory. But don't go on colors. Might be if you're using some other terminal. I'll show you that also, just for your doubt clearance. I already have a putty downloaded in my system, but I'm going to download putty now for your this one. So search on Google, download putty. Go to this website, the second number website which you are able to see. Scroll down. Here you are getting putty.exe. I'm sharing this link in the chat box. If you want to download putty, you can download the putty also. As per my system, this is the one which is compatible. So I'm just going to click on this putty. Download. And putty we don't need to install. Like Git we need to install, putty we don't need to install. And putty will not work on Mac operating system. It works on the Windows-based operating system. But just for your doubt, which someone is having it regarding the color, so I'm opening putty. I have opened putty. I'm pasting the public IP in the host name. Open, accept. Username, enter. Password. LS. Here, see, there it is showing me light blue color, there it is showing me dark blue color. So don't go on colors. Might be in these terms the colors are there, but it might be in future when they will get some new update, colors will be different. So how we can identify this is a file or a directory, that I'm going to show you in upcoming session with some commands. Now, is it clear, guys? Those have asked me the question. Now, so here we have created a directory and we are able to move into that particular directory. Now, under this directory, I'm going to create a file. And I'm giving the file name as I'm again giving some content. Welcome. Just same. Coming out, control V. ls. See, here is my file. Here I am able to see the directory, and now under my directory, I have created a file. Now I have created a file under directory. I need to show you some. Yeah. We have seen the file also. Now I need to go to one of the previous directory. What is my previous directory here? As per this path, previous directory is Azure use. If I talk about in Windows machine, what is my previous directory as per this path? Desktop. Desktop is one of my previous directory. Let's say I just go with this D drive, Azure Devops training, Azure files, PPT. So here is my path. As per this path, what is my previous directory? Training files. So I just press this back arrow button, I'll move to the previous directory. But in Linux one, if I want to go to one of the previous directory, we need to use a command called cd space ... Two dots. It is in the syntax. It is in the syntax. Enter. See, I'll use the pwd. I'm in home Azure user training. So cd space ... is help us to move to one of the previous directory. Whatever is your previous, except home directory or any of the folder, whatever the directories have created, to one of the previous directory. And we'll check the files. Here I'm getting a directory with the name called. Next thing, I'm going to delete a directory. With the help of command called rmdir, I'm going to delete a directory. My directory name is but when I'm trying to delete, I'm getting an error message here. Failed to remove directory not empty. That's the reason I have created one file here to show you this thing. With the help of rmdir also we can delete a directory, but the directory always needs to be empty. It is mandatory. Now, so how can I delete this particular directory? If we have some files here, then we can't use rmdir. We are using rm-r. Brilliant. See, now I'm not getting any errors. I'm typing ls. See, we are not able to see the file here. So if you want to delete a directory with the help of files, we are using rm-r space our directory. With this, whatever the files you have under your directory, those are also we going to delete by the system. So any question anyone have, you can please let me know, and then we'll move forward with our other commands. Yes, Mukesh.
Yeah, hi Ankit. So you have connected to two sessions, right, at a single time. So was there any system in Azure that
In Linux, we can do
does-
that. Not in
Yeah.
Windows. In Linux supports multiple sessions at a time.
Okay.
Then Windows not support.
Okay.
With the
Thank
same
you.
username. So it means you need to have different usernames.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Yes, Naveen.
if I want to keep the directory as training and just delete DevOps from it,
Sorry, can you repeat your question again?
training, the directory training should be there.
You want to only delete a file?
Yeah, inside the training.
So yes, you can go to that particular training folder and delete a file like we have done in previous example.
So only the RM we have to use.
Yes, but you need to go into the directory. You need to be into the directory, then you can. Outside of directory, it's not possible.
Okay, got
Okay,
it.
let's take example. I need to delete this DevOps batch 1225. It means I need to open this folder, then I can.
Yes, understood.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Let's move forward. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a directory, and under a directory, I'm going to create some more directories. Means inside one directory, second directory. Say in a second directory, I'm going to create a directory. Like this, I'm going to. Anyone here who's going, anyone can help me to do this particular task? You can raise your hand if anyone there can help me with this. How we can achieve this particular task, D1, then D2, then D3. Yes, Matthew.
Oh, I just want to try. But
We should try, but don't worry. If it's incorrect, I'm there for your help. Don't worry.
Okay.
Let's try something.
Okay. I'll start with make directory mk dir. The name of my directory will be
I'm giving as D1.
Okay,
D1,
D1.
D2, D3.
Okay.
Our directory is created. Next step.
Yeah, then I need to go to that directory, D1.
How can I go to directory? Go to this particular directory?
CD space D1. Yeah.
Next step.
Now, then I will now make directory D2 now.
Correct. mkdir.
Yes.
D2. Correct. ls we are able to see a directory
created. Then I will have to change directory to D2.
How can I go for it? By using this command?
cd space D2.
D2. Next step, I need to create one more directory, D3. So we'll follow the same process.
Sorry, yeah, mk D3.
D3 and then cd space.
Yes.
Thank you, man. Thank you for it.
Okay, thank you.
Now we are going to discuss more things here. Now, just now I have shown you the pwd command. Here you can see home, Azure user, MD1, D2, D3. We are able to see. And we are able to create a directory, the directory which we want to done. We have done all these things. And here I have shown you pwd. With the help of pwd, it is showing me the current path. Just few minutes before we have discussed something called cd space ... I'm again going to use cd space ... And what is the name of my previous directory? Right now I'm in D3. What is the name of my previous directory? The previous directory name is D2. So let's go to cd space ... See, I am in D2 now. Let's check with pwd. Earlier I am in D3. Now it is showing me. So with the help of cd space ... whenever we want to go to one of the previous directory, we can go. Now again, I'm going to D3, cd space D. ls, I don't have any files. pwd, I'm able to see. But now I'm going to use one more command called cd command. With cd command, we have changed the directory also, we have seen it. With cd space ... we have seen we are moving to one of the previous directory. But now I'm going to use only cd command. What will happen if I'm just going to use cd command? With the help of cd command, it directly moves us to the home directory to my user. And what is my user? Like your user. Enter. Check PWD. Home. Azure. So if you are just giving a CD command directly, it help you to jump to your user. Like directly you jump to your desktop. So here in Linux, they directly come to your user. If you are using CD command, wherever you are in, it means in 10 folders or in one folder, in 15 folders. If you just use CD command directly, you will jump to your user with the help of CD command. CD space dot dot will help you to one of the previous directory. CD space directory name, you will move to that particular directory. CD will help you directly move to your user. Now I'm going to show you one more thing. Just few minutes before someone asked me the question. If I directly move to some path, let's say example, I have some path here. Like here, if I directly open this patch 122, here is the path. I have this particular path. I need to directly jump to this particular path. How can I directly jump to that particular path? With the help of CD space mention that particular path. Now here, which path? Let's take example, I directly jump to D2 folder. I don't need to follow the existing option like CD D1, then CD D2. I know the path. If you know the path, then you can directly use a shortcut also. How you can use a shortcut? We'll see that. We'll use again a command called CD command here. CD space path name. Oh, sorry, CD D1 slash D2. See here. Check PWD. I'm directly jump into D2 folder. I don't need to follow that CD D1, then CD D2. No, I don't need to do that. Just mention that particular path, you will directly jump to that particular folder. I'm again going to home directory, I'm again using. I'm now doing with D3 also. So CD space mention your path will directly help you to jump to that particular path. So with the help of CD command, you can change directories by using multiple. Any question anyone have, you can please let me know, and then I'll show you some more things here. Okay. No questions? Let's move forward. Just a minute. Let me check how many folders or directories we have. Okay, have only 3. Now I'm going to create one file, and file name is then hello all. Thank you. I've given the content. Let's read the content. Cat space file. It's case sensitive also. File name is, sorry, it's not CD. Cat space develops. We are able to read our file. Now, earlier we have used ls command. With the help of ls command, it is showing me the file. It is showing me the directory. We have correct, so I know that D1 is a directory, DevOps is a file. Right now we know the colors also. Blue color is for directories, white color is for files. But might be in future, if they remove those colors, then what we'll do here? Then we are using something else called ls-l. Here. With the help of ls-l, it is showing us this is a file or it is a directory. How can it showing us? See here, guys. The first letter is here is hyphen, and here the first letter is D. If you are getting first as D, it means it is a directory. If you are getting first as hyphen, it means it is a file. So this is the proof. Don't go on color. That's why I told you previous a few minutes before. Don't go on colors. Go on these things. If you are getting first letter as D, it means it's a directory. If you are getting hyphen, it means it is a file. So here is a proof. With the help of this one, you can easily identify this is a file or a directory. Hyphen means file. D means directory. Now, let's move forward. Now I'm going to show you how we can create a hidden file also. Few minutes before I have told you in Linux there are multiple ways to create files. One way I have shown you is cat command. But now I'm going to show you the second way. The second way is touch. Touch is also a command. With the help of this one, we can create our files. And the files we are creating can create hidden files or normal files. You can create any type of files, whichever you want to. This is my file. And now what is my file name? File name I'm giving as review. But there is one new thing you will see here. Before file name, I have given as dot here. What is the meaning of this dot? If you are giving dot before file name or before your folder name, let's say I'm just giving SSH folder here. Dot before file name or a folder name or a directory name, this is going to become a hidden file or hidden directory. Let's check ls. Are we able to see training file here? ls-l. Are we able to see our training file here? No. We are not able to see. Why? Because it is hidden file. So with the help of ls or ls-l, we can't see those our hidden files. If you want to see hidden files or hidden directories, you need to use ls-e. Here it is showing. Here it is showing you your hidden files. We have by default hidden files also we are getting. .bash history, .bash rc, .profile, .ssh, .cache, .bash logout. These are the default files or default folders we are getting it whenever we are creating our when we are checking our file ls-. And now I'll show you one more thing. ls-al. With the help of this one, it is showing you, is it a file or a directory? Showing this. Say .ssh is a directory. So before directory name, if you give dot, it is going to become a hidden directory. If you are giving a file dot before file name, it is going to become a hidden file also. So this is how you can create hidden files or directory with the help of dot shell. Now, any question anyone have? Please raise your hand. No questions? Let's move forward. Now I'm going to show you how we can create a copy of a file. Like in Windows machine, if I want to create a copy, what I'm doing? Control C, Control V. Here I'm writing copy of a file. In Linux also we can create a copy of a file, but we are not doing Control C, Control V. We are using a command called cp, copy command. Mention your source file name. Just a minute. I have a DevOps file. But this is my content of my file. I'm going to create a file with the name called Azure. LS. Here I'm getting Azure. Let's read our Azure file. See, the same content which we have in our DevOps file, the same content we are able to see in our Azure file. This is how you can create copy of a file. Like this, we have other commands also to learn in Linux. Right now, we have completed only till slide number, page number 12. We have completed. We have total 29 pages total. Sorry, 30 pages. So we have still long way to go to complete this Linux command. It's not possible to complete this in the today's session. So these pending commands we are going to continue on Monday session. Saturday, Sunday, we have already informed there is no session. So you have 2 days of time, guys, for your practice. If you have any question, you can drop me an email. I have already shared my email ID with you guys. And again, I'm sharing my email ID. So if you have any question, you can please drop me an or if you have any question, you can ask me right now. Or with this, we can end session. On Monday session, we will continue with the same topic. Yes, ma'am.
Will the link would be the same? The session link?
I'm not sure about that. It's the confirmation which I have received from the training. So the link is going to change. The link is only going to share with the paid candidates.
Okay. Will we get WhatsApp or the mail? Can you link?
Will update. You will get on emails also, or we are updating the link in our website. Also, there is an option called announcement. How to check announcement? Those options you will get in the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Thank you.
Whatever the confirmation is, whatever the information is providing, all providing in the WhatsApp group. But yes, link is not going to provide in the WhatsApp group. But whenever we are going to share, we will inform on the WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir, sure.
Hi, Ankit.
Hi.
I think we always like confusion with like a file structure in Linux. Actually, is it possible to like give like 5 minutes or 2 minutes file structure, like file directory, how the Linux is like where
What
the
is your
program
confusion?
files,
Let me know.
like
I'll try to
programs and
resolve.
some configuration files and everything. So that's the thing. Like with compared to Windows, actually, the C drive program files and configuration files. So where it is be placed in Linux, something like that.
Here we have, if I use a command called df-h, here I'm able to see the drive. The one which we are normally in Windows machine, we are calling it as C drive. So here I'm getting the 30 GB, 29 GB it is showing us. And the one we are able to see 3.9 GB. This is the, might be if you remember, Ashad, in previous session, we have discussed that we are using a size called B1S. With B1S, we are getting some additional size of 4 GB. You remember? We have discussed.
Yes.
So that is 3.9 GB we are getting. And all our important files are getting stored here in this one. Whatever. If you want to add additional like D drive, E drive, F drive, this is also possible. You can attach those also in virtual machines. In Windows also it is possible. In Linux also it is possible. Okay. If you want to store some files in that particular drive, you can store there also as per your client requirement. Okay.
Okay, okay. So I think we have some other like directories in root, right? So like inside the C drive, we have other folders, right? Like that in root,
If
we
you
have
might
other.
see, that's why I showed you a ls-a. We are getting it some hidden files, hidden folders. Under that it is storage. .ssh, .cache, these are some important we have. See, under that we have authorized key file. This is actually a connectivity file. With the help of this one, I am able to connect to our machine. We have a profile called profile, bash history. So these are a lot of files we are getting here, which the details are getting stored into those things. So those files are not for us, those are hidden files. That is why they are hidden, going to hidden. So no one is going to directly work on these files. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Anyone have any more questions? Okay. So look like no one has any more questions. So with this, I'm ending this session. Next session, we have it on Monday, and have a happy weekend, guys. So you have 2 days, you can practice as much as you can do. If you have any question, please drop me. Thank you so much. See you on Monday.